Hello guys and welcome back to another video talk. Continuing from my Walking the Edge walk, I will talk about another film made in the year 1985, and this time we're talking with some martial arts movie. Gymkata, directed by Robert Close and produced by Fred Weintraub, the same guys who actually made Enter the Dragon and bunch of other movies, also Battle Creek Brawl for Jackie Chan. So these guys are known for bringing martial arts to American audiences, among other things. But yeah, this movie is starring not a martial artist necessary, it is starring Kurt Thomas, gymnastics champion of America. I have absolutely no idea which year he was the champion or anything like that, and was it in the Olympics or what, but I don't know how they did they come up with this idea. Maybe it was like a need to get a new style of martial arts on the screens. I don't know, maybe. But 80s was a great time because the movie producers and makers of movies, they were constantly trying to invent new stuff. And yeah, Gymkata was not a great success, that I can tell you. Yeah. Okay, Gymkata is starring, like I said, Kurt Thomas, the Olympic champion, but he plays here some guy called Jonathan Cabot. Jonathan Cabot, yes, he's an Olympic gymnastics, and this dude is like recruited by CIA. Yes, CIA or some other special branch organization to enter the contest in this very backwards country in Mongolia, imaginary country called Parmistan. Because every year in Parmistan they are holding these competitions of martial artists to survival tournament. A human hunt tournament. And if you win this contest, then you get to have one request for the king or the ruler of this country, Parmistan. And now the CIA wants Jonathan, to go there and win the contest, and then to request the ruler of Parmistan to install our Star Wars early warning system missile base in the region. One of the craziest plot devices I've ever heard in an 80s action movie, and I like it. I freaking love that shit. Okay, so first we get the training montage when Jonathan is trained by all these kind of great martial artists, and then it's off to races. And in Parmistan, yeah, it's a weird country. You could say that this film portrays other people's, in the Mongolian people, in a very racist way. They are depicted as very backwards people, and this sweet ruler. Okay, he's a sweet guy and all that, and he has a daughter which Jonathan has kind of this romantic relationship. The henchman for this ruler, who kind of like sets up these contests and whatnot, yeah, he's played by Richard Norton. But Richard Norton is out some bad ideas. He wants to take control of Parmistan and, I don't know, give to the Russians the missile base or something. Yeah. And I gotta tell you about this Kurt Thomas, the main actor. I think he's gotta be one of the least charismatic actors in the movie history, especially in the action cinema. I mean, this guy, every time he's on screen, everybody else is topping him. Even like the extras are topping him at charisma. He has zero charisma. Zero. I think he may even go below the zero. So if you compare him to Bruce Lee, who was the later previous hit cow for this duo of producer director Fred Weintraub and Robert Close. I mean, Kurt Thomas, if he's a grain of salt, then Bruce Lee's universe of charisma. That's how big of a difference we are talking about here. But that doesn't matter, because most of the time in this film is spent in very huge action set pieces. And I think while he may lack in charisma, gymnastics, they're pretty inventive. They're interesting to watch, and the movie is in places quite brutal. People get impaled with swords and spears, and people get fallen off from cliffs and hit by the rocks. And the most interesting scene in this film is towards the end, when there's this like how to say, the town of crazies. That is great. So apparently in Parmistan they're doing this very humane thing, that every time there's somebody with mental illness, they put them all in same town, and I don't think there's any police officers or anything like that, so they can go and kill each other there in this town. So of course the contestants in this competition, they're entering this town of crazies. And then the movie actually becomes even almost like a horror film during that scene, and I really did like that. It was very interesting. And then we get to see some brutal kills. For example, one guy gets killed in a pigsty, speared to death and eaten by the pigs. Yeah. Oh my god. It's very entertaining, very violent and entertaining. But this was such an entertaining and violent movie back in the day. So Finnish Board of Film Classificators, they had to ban this baby. And to this day, this has never been released in Finland in any shape or form. Probably there's not commercial value of this anymore, but if there would be a Blu-ray of this, I would certainly buy Gymkata. Please, 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 Warner Archive. I do believe it's a Warner Bros. Film still. And I do believe this is the only DVD in existence. It's an early DVD. It's okay DVD. It has widescreen picture, no extras, but picture quality is okay. It could be very much better, but yeah, this is the best version I think we have so far. So, I mean, Vinegar Syndrome, Kino Lorber, make it happen. Make Gymkata 4K happen. I would love to buy this. And I would love to hear filmmakers' opinions, or let's go, by the way, I'm walking in the ports, so let's go here where the boats are at and less people. So please make it happen. I want to see 4K of Gymkata, and also like director's commenter. I don't think Robert Close is probably dead now, but somebody who was involved with the production to explain why did they even make a film called Gymkata, and what did they expect? Did they expect this to be the, you know, like the next trend in action cinema? If you're a fan of 80s action movies, comic book style action movies, colorful action movies, Jackie Chan movies, lots of brutal fights and violence, I think you need to check out Gymkata. I think this is maybe some of the lesser known 80s action films, but I think this movie, this right here, deserves more attention than it's currently getting. So that's why I made this video walk. Hey, check it out, Gymkata. And if you have seen or even heard about Gymkata, tell that to me in the comments. Yeah, I'm interested in hearing your comments, and hit that like and subscribe buttons now if you have not yet done so. Until the next video, bye bye. Oh yeah, Gymkata. Yeah.